During the American Revolution, the Halifax jail would serve as a prisoner of war camp for captured British and Loyalist soldiers. The Halifax jail was a wooden structure built in 1768 and appeared on a 1769 map of Halifax. Unfortunately, this jail would burn during a prisoner escape in 1836. In 1838, a brick jail was built next to the foundation of the 18th century jail. The 1838 jail is roughly the same overall dimensions as the earlier jail. The 1838 jail still stands and is maintained by Historic Halifax State Historic Site. On February 27, 1776, a Loyalist army made up primarily of a coalition of former regulators and immigrants from the Highlands of Scotland would be defeated at the Battle of Moores Creek Bridge. Most of the enlisted Loyalists willing to take an oath not to again take up arms against the Continental and Provincial Congress were set free. The Loyalist leadership and those that refused the oath were transported to the Halifax jail. Prisoners held at Halifax included the Loyalist leader Brigadier General Donald MacDonald and Colonel Allan MacDonald. It is unclear if Colonel Allan MacDonald's wife, Flora MacDonald, visited him while he was interned at the Halifax jail. Flora was a celebrity in her own time, having aided the escape of Prince Charles Stuart during the 1745 Jacobite Rebellion. Flora and Allan's son, Alexander, was also held in the Halifax jail. In the 18th century, it was common practice for jails to grant prisoners in good standing permission to roam certain defined boundaries, and the prisoner would be required to return to the jail at nightfall. In Halifax, this usually included a minimum of the town's Market Green, courthouse, cemetery, and jail lots. It would not be uncommon for a tavern to be included within the boundaries as well. On April 5th of 1776, General Donald MacDonald was granted a parole that allowed him to wander within the boundaries of the town of Halifax, so long as he appeared every day between the hours of 10 and 12 o'clock to the officer of the guard. While Loyalist General Donald MacDonald wandered the streets of Halifax, North Carolina's Patriot leaders met to decide the future of the American Revolution. Between April 4th and May 14th of 1776, North Carolina's Provincial Congress held session in Halifax. On April 12th of 1776, North Carolina's delegates resolved that the delegates for this colony in the Continental Congress be empowered to concur with the delegates of other colonies in declaring independency. The Halifax Resolves are generally considered the first official action of any colony for independence from Great Britain, and paved the way for North Carolina's signing of the Declaration of Independence. Today, the Halifax Resolves are commemorated by the date April 12, 1776, found on the North Carolina state flag. On April 22, 1776, it was decided to transport 26 of the Loyalist prisoners, including Donald, Allan, and Alexander MacDonald, to Philadelphia to eventually be exchanged for American prisoners of war. If you enjoyed this video, please visit us at Historic Halifax State Historic Site. The site offers guided tours, living history programs, and exhibits that highlight the history of the Halifax Resolves, the struggle for American independence, and the lives of local freedom seekers and American Indians. Historic Halifax preserves 8 historic buildings ranging from 1760 to 1838. Both the town of Halifax and the Roanoke River are recognized by the National Park Service as part of the National Underground Railroad Network to Freedom.